The Political Soapbox, episode number 4 for Tuesday. I forget what day it is. I'm sorry. But anyway, I want to make this rather short and sweet here because don't have much to add. But it is but we're going to talk about the politics of reality. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because Mitt Romney last night talked about the politics of envy. I want to talk about the politics of reality. And first of all, I'm going to see if this is recording. Yes, it is. The politics of reality. Plain and simple. People like Mitt Romney don't need to worry about health care costs. They don't need to worry about being pink slipped. They don't need to worry about any of that stuff. So let me ask you. Let me ask you this, Mitt. When was the last time you were pink slipped? Yeah, that's right, Mitt. You were pink slipped. I bet it's been a while. When was the last when was the last time you've had to worry about health care? Paying for your doctor bill? In fact, when was the last time when was the last time, Mitt, that you, Mr. Romney, had to worry about paying for anything associated with let me rephrase that. When was the last time you had to pay for anything in which or worry about paying for anything, which we Main Streeters, those of us 1%ers, those of us 99ers, have to pay for? Now, let me be clear. This is probably not going to be my best sounding recording, hence the reference. But then too, I suppose maybe in your world, Mitt, I am a 1%er, because in your world, according to you, everybody is wealthy. There's just a 1% of America who is complaining because they are the have-nots. So I suppose, in a sense, in a weird sense, I kind of got that right. Because it goes to show just how far out of touch you are. which goes back to what I asked earlier. When was the last time you had to worry about getting pink slipped? When was the last time you had to worry about having to pay a doctor bill or being able to pay a doctor's bill? When was the last time you had to worry about being able to pay for groceries? In fact, man, when was the last time you had to pay rent? And when I say pay rent, I mean pay rent for the place you live, for the place you live in. When was the last time you actually had to pay for any of these things? You want to talk about the politics of envy? You go ahead and you talk about the politics. You complain because we're talking about the politics of envy. Well, you go right ahead. But I'm talking the politics of reality, not your reality. You're too far out of touch. You are too far out of touch with America. You and the rest of your you and the rest of the candidates who are running for president of the United States, other than President Barack Obama. He's the only one who's not out of touch with this country. And oh yeah, speaking of which, you said last night that that if elected president, you would repeal health care reform. The very same bill that you enacted in Massachusetts when you were governor. Oh wait, that didn't happen. How silly of me. That didn't happen. That was somebody else. That was another ghost figure. That didn't happen. I didn't do that. Not me. No. Of course you won't admit to that now, Willard, Mitt, or whatever your real name is. You won't admit to that now. It's toxic for you to admit to that. But the law of the land has your name written all over it. You just prefer to give credit to the president. You like to give him the credit for having come up with that name, for having passed the bill. Hence the law. Obamacare. Yeah, Obamacare. But you know what? We're on to you. I'm on to you. So I think instead of calling it Obamacare because it was on Obama's watch, the nation's healthcare was reformed, I think I'm going to start calling it Romney Care. Because it was on your watch as governor of the state of Massachusetts that healthcare was reformed in the state of there. Because that is what led to healthcare being reformed in the rest of America. Of course, when you started to realize that, hey, wait a minute, I actually have to pay for this, to pay for this. Why then? You cannot get out of the Massachusetts. You cannot get out of the state capital fast enough. When you realized that you actually had to pay for that average, that your buddies had to pay that. You know what, Willard? You're not going to get off that easy. No way, no how. Are you going to get off that easy, Willard? The health care reform bill will kick into high gear in 2014 as scheduled, on time, without delay. Whether you're president of the United States or not. Get used to it, Willard. Deal with it. Cope with it. In the meantime, how about instead of accusing the rest of, let me check for YouTube friendliness. Okay. In the meantime, Willard, instead of accusing the president of talking about the politics of envy along with your Republican colleagues, how about talking about the politics of reality? And I don't mean your reality, I mean real reality that common, ordinary people have to face. Take a page out of John Huntsman's book. Oh, I know, that's kind of tough. Doing what another Mormon has done. That's kind of tough, considering that you accused him of being among those who are dividing, the country. What he said about you was dead on. It was dead on. And the thing, it came from a Republican. I'm a Democrat. But you know what? I'm watching the three-ring circus that you're in, Willard. And I can't wait to see which one of you, comes out the big winner. Because in the end, come November, you'll end up the biggest loser. So yeah, you go ahead and talk about the politics of envy. You and the rest of your cronies talk about the politics of envy. In the meantime, the President Obama, and the rest of the Democrats will be talking about the politics of reality. Because that's what's going to get him elected. And unfortunately, most ironically, it's also going to send you right back to the private sector. Catch you next time right here. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is today's Soapbox. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye for now.